Level 1. You answer the knock. It's late. Rain slices the street into silver. You think it's just a friend? A laugh, a late-night coffee. You open the door. They step in like they own the weather. Confident, calm, a smile that doesn't reach the eyes. You notice the watch first. Not flashy, precise. You remember a loose promise, a college dare, a shared secret. They sit across from you and tell you a story, not a lie, not the whole truth. A confession wrapped in charm. They talk about timing, systems, risks. You nod, you laugh, you buy a drink. You feel the hum at the base of your skull. A question unspools. How much do you really know them? Level 2. The signs arrive like breadcrumbs. A late-night call, a jacket left behind, a name that appears in the news. You trace it with your thumb across your coffee cup. A headline, an anonymous tip, a face in a crowd that disappears when you blink. You start to notice patterns. Small code words in texts, a new route home, cash instead of cards. You rationalize, you deny, you believe in the person you called friend. But denial is a kind of courage too. It keeps you safe for a while. Then the first real proof lands on your table, a photograph, a ledger, a receipt, not yours, not theirs. Yet both. Your hands shake. You could call the police. You could burn the evidence. Or you could ask one question. What would you do if the person you trust broke every rule they taught you? Level 3. You watch them in daylight now, in the office, at a party, on the corner where neighborhood kids chase stray soccer balls. They smile and hold doors open. They comfort, advise, celebrate. You carry memories like armor. You remember nights when they saved you from mistakes. You remember laughter that sounded like safety, and you balance that against the ledger. Justice is not a scale you can carry by yourself. Your conscience becomes a camera, taking pictures from different angles. You start to slip into their world, just to test the edges. You meet their contacts under fluorescent lights. You hear language that sounds like any corporate meeting, except the stakes are different. You learn how clean hands look when they sign dirty paper. You realize criminals are not monsters in coats. They are people with plans. Some of those plans include you. Level 4. The first demand arrives. Not violent, calculated, a favor, a small one, a message delivered, a package taken. You think this will be the end of it. It is the beginning. You accept because you owe them. Because loyalty is a debt you pay in blood and silence. You swallow your fear and do it. It works. A rush follows, relief and disgust braided together. You are now in the room where decisions get made. You are on the ledger side of the equation. They tell you to be careful. You want to tell them to stop. Instead, you ask how much. Money, power, influence. You taste possibility and consequences. They say nothing about what happens if you say no next time. You try to imagine walking away. The image is a fractured mirror. You do not like what you see. Level 5. The law gets involved, but not how you expect. A subpoena delivered with a polite knock. A friend at the station who looks at you like an accuser and a comrade. You are summoned for questioning. You can lie. You can tell the truth. Both feel like choices with a price tag. They call you in with gentle phrases, cooperation, witness, testimony. You realize your knowledge could rip open a system or close your throat. You think about protection, about vanishing. You think about betraying the person who once dried your tears. You think about the kid who needs tuition, the mother who needs medicine, the partner who needs rent paid. Your life is no longer your own. Every option is a coin with two sides. You hold it up to the light. You weigh pain against loyalty. There is no clean answer, only a choice. Level 6. You confront them, not with lawmen, not with fury. You sit them down in the place where you first promised forever. The room remembers the laughter. Now it listens to the truth. You speak slow. You name the things you found. You expect denial. Instead, you get a smile that is both apology and strategy. They tell you about necessity, about a wall of threats no one sees. They speak of protection, of debts, of a life rebuilt behind closed doors. They plead. You listen and the room tightens around you like a hand. You must decide to keep quiet and become an actor in a play you never auditioned for, or to step into light and watch the person you love fall and maybe rise. You think of breaking the chain, of being the one to pull them out. You think of the moment their power disappears and what replaces it. A different person? Ruin? Redemption? Level 7. The climax arrives like thunder. An operation unfolds. You're in the back of a car. The radio hums. Your heart is slow and loud. You speak into a recorder, into an officer's pen, into your own trembling mouth. You say names. You reveal patterns. You hand over receipts like a priest confessing sins. Outside, headlights cut the night. You hear a shout and the crack of doors. They are taken. For a heartbeat, the world collapses into a single image, them in handcuffs looking at you. Your chest hurts. You feel betrayal and relief braided together, impossible to separate. Aftermath comes in waves, stories in the papers that reduce complexity to headlines. Your neighborhood whispers, friends divide. There is a criminal case, a trial, a verdict, and there is you, standing on the shore of a new life. You realize you still carry the memory of kindness. You also carry evidence. You learn the cost of truth. It is heavier than you expected, and purer too. Epilogue. You walk through a city that looks the same but is not. You carry scars like medals. You are older. You are wiser. You know how thin the line is between companion and conspirator. You learned that love can be complex and dangerous. You learn that duty is a weight you must pick up yourself. You learn that sometimes the bravest thing is to tell the truth, not because it frees them, but because it frees you. You keep walking. You keep the watch they left behind on a shelf. Some nights you think you hear their laugh. You answer it with your own breath. The world keeps turning. You keep choosing. This is your story now. Not perfection, not guiltless, but yours.